a book of menus and prices to thumb through. Your format. The menu format should include your name or your company name, which could be the same. Your personalized trinket, I'd say, at the top of the menu that lets the client know that you are considering them and this is their personal menu. So I like to put the client's name on the top of the menu with the date, time, and the name of the event. Starters are limited and encouraged to choose. So you'd give them a particular price per person, and you would ask them to choose one or two options within a selection of appetizers. You do the same for the entrees or the main proteins, and you refrain from including pricing on the menu. I say this because I want you to be able to use each menu that you create for a new client as a sample menu. When you send out quotes to potentials, I want you to be able to say, hey, take a look at some of the menus that I've made for clients recently. And I don't want you to give them the pricing up front like that. So keep the pricing off of the menu when you send them out. The pricing should be discussed outside of the menu beforehand. Keep the menu to one page. This might be tough, but get creative. Keep the menu to one page and keep this simple for your client. And also send it as a PDF document. If you send like a Microsoft Word document to your client, but they can open the document and they go in and edit it, it doesn't feel or look very professional. It's easy enough just to convert it to a PDF document that can't be converted. That can't be edited. So convert it to a PDF and then send it to them. All right, so let's take a look at some sample menus, yeah? Open this up. Close out. All right, the first one we're going to look at is an actual menu that I had put out for somebody. This is going to be, all these menus I'm going to show you are going to be available in the download section of this course. Underneath this video or in the download section of the course curriculum. So this is an actual menu that I had used and I had successfully booked this event. So you see I give the name of the catering company at the top, and you could go in and go ahead and feel free to copy this. Just edit out the names and insert what you need here. Please feel free. I give you these to make your life easier. Don't overcomplicate things. I beg you. So I give you the name of the catering company, the menu proposal for, the name of the client that you're speaking to, something maybe about the specificity of the event. This was for a baby shower that had a woodland animal theme. The date of the event, town, zip, etc., etc. You could edit these out and add the information that's pertinent to you. We've already discussed what my proposed pricing is. It's going to be dependent on what their selections are here in this menu, or you gave them this menu under the expectation that it will be within the budget that you've already agreed upon before sending this menu. So I sent her this menu with a price already in mind that I was going to charge her. So I gave her the options of starters, not apps, starters. Please select 3. So she gets the option of choosing 3 items here. And the way that you choose which items to put here, you need to be a little strategic about it. The charcuterie platter, not the sliced meat and cheese and cracker platter, but the charcuterie platter, we'll talk about wording a little bit, right? This is a higher cost item for me. So I don't want to have more than 1 or 2 high cost items for me in the menu. Assorted nuts and dried fruits would be up there as well on the high cost. So I only have 2 expensive items here, and I'm thinking if they're next to each other, they're probably not going to just pick these 2 right here. So hopefully they would pick the charcuterie platter, some stuffed mushrooms, it's a great margin on those, and crudité, which is great money. So you give them an option, and you have a good mixture of high cost and low cost items. And when I talk about cost, I'm talking about your cost, not their cost, because they're still going to pay the same price, but they're choosing 3. but you're giving them the perception of value by giving them something like this and this. But you mix in pinwheels and crudités into the selection to make sure you can level out your margins and make the money that you need to make. We move down. We talk about hot entrees. We have the main event. Just a wording that I would use. You can say main proteins, main dishes. First, we get to the part of this deal. We got to choose a salad and we got to choose an entree with pre-selected sides. So in the salad, please select one: Chef's Garden vegetable salad, quinoa, and barley. So I needed to make this one page, so I had to get creative and sort of add the descriptor off to the side of the name of the menu item. And then the hot entree, we have the same thing: house-made meatballs with pomodoro sauce and pasta. The pricing that I offered them, this is the option they can choose. They can only choose one. They can only choose one. If they want some of each, if they want to try 2 different times, we have to talk about the pricing a little bit more, because something we don't want to do, let's say this was a party of 40 people and the guest wants to do half meatballs and half spiced beef and veal lasagna. So you only make 20 people worth of meatballs and 20 people worth of lasagna. Well, you're going to run out of one, and then the guests are going to complain and the host is going to look like an idiot. So you're going to want to express this to them, that I could do that for you, but in my experience, the guests don't seem very happy with the outcome because they always run out of one thing or the other, and it makes the host look bad, and the caterer as well. So I would suggest that we give, if we're going to give them 2 entrees, then we need to give them all 2 entrees, and we're going to have to renegotiate the pricing if we do that. So this is a download that you can get at the bottom of this video in the description, or you can get it in the curriculum. Use this when sending your proposals. Just edit out a couple details. I also gave you another template to go through. This was for an engagement party, but you get the idea. This is a cocktail menu, and I priced this by the person. This was already selected items, and I put this menu together so that they can visually see what they had ordered. So you have this available to you as well, and you can offer this to somebody and easily just edit and insert your information here. Another one I have here, we have a turkey dinner. This was the full menu that we served. You can go in and re-edit this and add in selections if you like, personalize it however way you want. So I give you these templates for a reason. I want to make this a very simple and easy process for you. I don't want you to have to go in from scratch, and I have a feeling that if you do go in from scratch, you're going to take it over the top and you're going to make some overly designed menu. It doesn't need to be. You just need something simple like what you're looking at here. All right? Good. So you have those 3 downloads you can go through. We talked about the wording. Let's get back into our presentation to something that is missed completely from a lot of my professional clients, and especially from my clients just starting out in the catering industry. We're menu pricing for profit. A lot of times when I take on new professional clients that are business owners, the way that they cost out their banquet and catering is a bit embarrassing, and I want to address that a bit here. So menu pricing worst practices. I've seen caterers that take the cost of the food and they list it on the banquet event order or the contract or the quote, the cost. So if you go to the store as the caterer and you pay for food that you're going to sell to the client, you put the cost of the receipt of the food on the menu, or you're roughly predicting what it is. So you're telling the client that this is the cost of the food plus the labor, which is how much money you want from the deal, plus the paper goods and plus the delivery, plus the tax. So you're taking the cost, and you're adding in what you want for profit, plus the cost of the paper, plus the delivery charge, which is inflated anyway, and they know that, plus the cost of tax. This is a silly way to price out an event. You do not do this. You don't tell the guest what your costs are and then give them a charge on top of a charge on top of a charge to show them how much profit you're making. Let's have a little romance in this and turn off the lights. But I've seen professionals cost out their menus this way, cost out their catering events this way, and this is ridiculous. So please don't do that. I've also seen another. This one was a restaurant in the northeastern United States that was not doing well, and he really, really needed banquet, catering, and event business to stay afloat. And this was the pricing model, per hour, per person, plus additional labor, plus gratuity, plus a few other things. So let me explain to you how this works. I don't want to explain it too much because you're never going to do this. There was a menu where they charged $25 per person, per hour. And so they got to choose between different selections within this menu for $25 per person per hour. So however long the event lasted, they would charge $25 per person per hour, which is silly. But that's complicated, and they would also add labor on top of it as a separate charge per person per hour, which is also a bit ridiculous, and they'd add gratuity as well, and they had a couple other extra charges in there. This is not simple, and this seems a little bit to take advantage of the guest, and they're not going to feel good about working with you if they see something like this. It makes no sense. It's too complicated. Based on this menu with this many selections, weekend and holidays extra. So sorry, I'm trying to be a little funny here, but it's so many. There's so many different conditions to pricing out this menu that I'm just trying to drive home the point that you will not be making your pricing complicated, and I'm going to show you how to make it simple and how to make it work profitably for you. So your best practices: per person plus tax. You have to have tax separate. I mean, this is the way. It's the way of the world. You can't change it. All you need is a per person cost. That's it. The per person price that you're charging the guest